Hi, thanks for joining me. I'm Kim Peck at My Stamping Garage. If you want to look up my blog, this is the address. Some people have had trouble going straight to that and have had to Google Kim Peck at My Stamping Garage, and that works too. This is my online store and website, and this is my email address. If you're wanting to learn how to make this card, I'm going to step you through that. For some of you who purchased the kit, I'm going to show you step by step how to make this card, and you'll have pre-cut items ready for you to just assemble. So let's get started. I'm going to show you first what I used to make the card. I used this stamp set. This is actually a bundle that you can get, or you can get things individual. If you get the bundle, you save 10%. So it's the Celebrate Sunflowers bundle. And I'm using the Thanks a Bunch saying from this particular stamp set. The kit did not include a stamp set, so you can use a black ink pad and whatever saying you happen to have, or print something off on the computer. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. These are the dies, and you will see there is a die to cut out this image, this one, and then you've got your 4 different sayings. There are also a couple of extra dies. There are some overlays for both the sunflower and the leaves, and then there's a center that you can cut out as well. So I have pre-done all of that for you. In your little baggie, you're going to find enough to make 3 cards, all of the same. And the base that I used was crushed curry. So I'm going to fold that in half. And then this ivory piece is for the inside of your card. So you can go ahead and put that in. I find if I can get the pieces in, I have less to possibly get in my way as I stamp. And we're going to do the same thing with this copper. With this one, I used the Touch of Texture texture folder, 3D embossing folder, and I like the way it looks on this copper foil paper. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on. I've pre-texturized that for you if you got the kit. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my ribbon on too. This is the reversible ribbon. On one side it has kind of a gold sheen to it, and it's almost the color of garden green, which is what we're using on our leaves, so it goes pretty well. The other side goes very well with our pretty peacock cardstock. So I love that ribbon. I've used it quite a bit lately. And when I put on a piece of ribbon like this, I just go ahead and use my Stampin' Seal, just like I would for any other piece. And I'm going to put that down toward the bottom, probably about an inch from the bottom. And then my saying, I'm going to go ahead and stamp that and put it on. So I've got I'm using the Thanks a Bunch from that stamp set. You can use whatever saying you have on hand. And for this one, I did pop it up. And I'm going to use 2 on here. If you're going to mail these, I recommend using the fewest number of dimensionals possible, just so you don't end up having to pay more to send your card. Usually the dimensionals go through okay. If you get some heavy embellishments, they may not. So there's my saying. And then I'm going to go ahead and put on the background. This is So Saffron cardstock that I cut out with the die. This is also beautiful if you happen to have the stamp set to stamp in the crushed curry on top of the So Saffron. With that stamp, it gives a lot of detail to the background. It's very beautiful, but because this was a card for a kit that I told you only needed stamped sayings for, I did not stamp my flower in this case. Okay, so I put that down with my dimensionals, and then I'm going to put this overlay on. Now you'll notice there's a piece of white paper sticking out here, and there's still some pieces in here. The reason for that is I actually put an adhesive sheet onto my paper before I cut it out for you. That way you don't have to try to put adhesive on these tiny little skinny pieces. So when you're taking the backing off, just kind of bend it and hopefully those extra pieces will come out. If they don't worry, you can take a little piercing tool or your scissors and just remove those as you pull them up. If they don't all come, don't worry about it. You can either leave them and it still looks fine, or you can, as you lay them down, just poke out those insides. They should be cut through though, so there shouldn't be a problem getting them out. As I'm having trouble getting it out. I'm going to leave that one in because he doesn't want to come out. So when you're going to line this up, the easiest way to do that is to find these ones that are curving. And don't worry, that adhesive is not so sticky that you can't realign if you need to. So just put it down and adhere it as you go, like so. And I kind of like the look of a couple of those little pieces left in there, so don't stress if you can't get them out. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop up the center part. I love this new brass paper. That's what I cut this out with using one of the dies. And it is so bright and shiny. I just absolutely love it. And then you're going to see that you have 2 leaves for each card, but only 1 overlay. And that's purposeful. That I designed it that way so that you could just put 1 plain leaf in there. And then go ahead. This again has the backing already done for you, so it has adhesive on the back. Your biggest trick is just going to be to peel that backing off, but now it's sticker, so you can just stick that over the other card. And I kind of just like the color on this one. And pop that under there, and that is your finished card. So that's all there is to that one. Thanks for watching.